So I guess this is my villain origin story. No, but hmm, I guess I guess it's my explanation for what I want to tell everybody. That I come across, especially people who I give the wrong vibe to. So I pieced it together over the years, and I'm like, yeah, yep, that's exactly what happened. And we'll take it from the top. We'll start right at the beginning. Um, Before I transferred schools, in the middle of second grade, I was getting bullied a lot, and I had dyslexia and dysgraphia, and the teachers. Shout out to my kindergarten teacher. I kind of, I kind of forgot her name, which really sucks because she was like the only teacher at that school that I had like a positive experience with. Um, but the teachers didn't really understand me and didn't try to, and they didn't see me as capable. And at the same time, I was being bullied a bunch. So every recess, I would try to eat slower at lunch because you had to finish like a good amount of your lunch to go and play at recess. So I try to eat as slow as possible so that I didn't have to go out there. And when I did, I would be like under the classroom building in the hallway by myself, just like drawing or like folding paper and shit. Or I would go to the library, and for some reason, I liked Civil War and World War II books. Really interesting for a first grader to like, but hey. Um, and yeah, I was like, so when I finally transferred schools, there's this two girls, and right off the bat, like, you know, she invited me. One of them invited me to hang out with them and stuff. It was just one girl and another girl whose social skills weren't that great, or she was bullied a lot because I think she had some. Well, it was the whole time I was when I transferred. I was at a learning disability school, and so she had a disability. So I guess you know she got made fun of too. Just because her sped doesn't mean we can't be mean. So, um, and basically they took me in, and I developed social skills in my third grade. I was pretty cool. I went and did a performance. I sung Drive by Train and played the guitar right there. I've been playing for like 12-ish years now. So, yeah. And yeah, I mean, I completely came out of my shell. I became friends with this group of girls, and up until eighth grade, everything was fine. Like I wasn't, I could ask anybody to play with them, to hang out with them. I could talk to anybody. In seventh grade, my goal, the teacher asked us what our goal was for the year, and I said, I want to talk to everybody in the room. I want to become friends with everybody in this classroom. So I did that. I wasn't really insecure, didn't really have any issues. It was great, honestly. Those were some of the best years of my life. And yeah, didn't have any trouble socializing. I didn't like confrontation. So I did get pushed around a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't perfect. Um, but yeah, I mean, I was pretty solid. And then this sort of snowball happened in 8th grade, where the friends I had in 7th grade were a year older than me, and they went to high school. So I didn't see them anymore. I didn't talk to them anymore. And at recess, one of my friends would play football, and my other friend would hang out with his other friend. So I was mostly by myself now at recess, which wasn't normal for me for a very long time. And it kind of started from there. And then I was like, oh, I became uncomfortable with myself, and I started developing insecurities. I needed to wear a bra, I guess, or like a training bra. I'm gonna be real with you. My boobs were barely an A cup when last year when I got them cut off. So I'm just saying, I guess I didn't really have anything to hide, but but I started. It was like 80-degree Hawaii weather, right? And I'm wearing a jacket all the time, just to cover up my chest. And then I had started to wear a back brace too, and then I got my period on Friday the 13th. So basically, I started going through puberty full blast, and I wasn't hanging out with people as much anymore, and I was becoming more insecure. And then, like a perfect storm, COVID came along, right? And now I'm not talking to any of my friends, and all that progress just fucking gone within just a few months that we were all quarantined for. Like, all that social skill that I had built up over the years, it was just gone. All that progress, like, it sucks. It really sucks. It's like grinding on a video game, and then you forget to press the save button, and then you come back the next day when you want to play again, and you don't have fucking your whole fucking game that you grinded on was deleted. That's exactly what it felt like. And oh my god, that's sucked fucking major balls, bro. So when I came into 9th grade, I was starting off fucking square one, bro. I was like, god damn. Like, now I don't have 7-year-old issues. I have 14-year-old issues. That comes with a lot of insecurities and anxiety because you're a teenager now. And yeah, I felt that. And I wish that I could have stayed friends with the people that I had been friends with for fucking ages, because we all went to the same school together for such a long time. And I wish that I found a way to like keep them. But I was really struggling to connect with people because I felt subconscious about my face and my voice and everything like that. And I knew that I passed with a mask on as a guy as long as I didn't start talking. So I didn't talk because it was just easier. And then that became my norm. That became what was most comfortable to me. It was not risky, it wasn't scary. It just, became the new norm. And I just didn't talk because it was easier. And then, because of that, I was kicked out of the robotics group with all of my friends, and I don't blame the teacher for kicking me out. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't, yeah, I didn't show up that much after school, and I wasn't really doing anything. But it's mostly because I didn't know what to do. I felt like everyone was doing something, and I felt like I was awful at everything. And I didn't, I was too scared to ask, you know, I guess sort of the team leaders on what I should do. Because I wanted to be helpful, I was just not sure how to. And then I was also, oh yeah, I was definitely chest binding more than I should have. Because I wore my binder from like 6 in the morning until 3, and then robotics started. So then I had to take off my binder in the bathroom and put a fucking hoodie on. Oh, that was awful. You know what? I blame that. I think I blame that. That's the reason why I didn't go to practice. Not, but yeah. And man, it sucked. And now I was put in this box as the quiet kid. I had been the quiet kid before, but not in a very long time. I was like, all of my report cards in elementary school and middle school said that, she just talks to everybody, she's really friendly. Yeah, is friends with everybody. Just, you know. And now I was boxed in as the quiet kid. Like, everyone was like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave this guy alone. I got that impression from people that they thought I just wanted to be left alone in my little corner and not speak to anybody and not be included in anything. But that was quite the opposite. As Dominic Fike would say. I get the song reference, but I hated that. I fucking hated that. I wanted to talk, but I was too insecure. I wanted to make friends, but since I had been quiet for so long, I found it difficult to talk to anybody. Hell, I had this fucking really close person in my life in 9th grade, and I struggled to talk to her in person because I was just so insecure. And oh, God, dude, it stinks. It stinks. And then, I don't know what the fuck happened. She wasn't there anymore. And then I was like by myself. We had 2 breaks a day, snack and lunch. I was sitting by myself watching YouTube. I told myself that I was fine with it, but I wasn't fine with it. I really wasn't. And I had 2 online friends, which I still have today. Shout out to you guys. But they weren't there. We were on different time zones, and they weren't there when I was at school. And it was really lonely. And it was really lonely, dude. And it just sucks. Like, I didn't want people to think that I wanted to be left alone or that I didn't want to talk to anybody, because I did want to talk to people and I did want to make friends and I did want to be included in the conversation. I was just too scared because I was the quiet kid now. So that basically sums up the majority of high school for me. And in typical Ellis fashion, I made friends in the last semester of high school. 4 months, in the last 4 months of high school, I finally had a table of people to sit with and talk to. What? I don't know, dude. I don't think my social skills have ever fully recovered from that snowball that happened in between 2019 and 2020. I mean, I've gotten a lot better, and I think working as a cashier, when I did, was really helpful in doing that. And I am making small improvements, small changes here and there that I feel a lot of people on the outside wouldn't really notice, they wouldn't really see as significant. But to me it is, because I realize that I've come quite a long way. I haven't made any friends in college, but I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. Like, I mean, sometimes it does, but other times I'm like, shit, I'm just trying to go home. You know, I've got, this many friends, or like this many friends. I can count all of my friends on two hands now instead of one, which is like, you know, I'm grateful for them and I talk to them all the time. So I don't know. I just, more friends at college would be nice, but I'm not going out of my way to do that. But yeah, honestly, I'm almost 20. I didn't think that I would even be alive right now. And when I look back, I'm not really sure how I did it. I was very depressed and lonely and insecure. I don't know how I did it. I was wearing a binder and a back brace at the same time I was having heavy periods and a lot of bad cramping. Ungodly periods like you wouldn't even fucking imagine. So, all that, all at once. No wonder I was fucking miserable. I mean, I don't know how I did that. I don't even know how I was able to breathe. There was so much compression and just push on my body. I'm not really yeah, like, no wonder I was miserable. Like, I don't even know how I did that. Like, props to me. Props to me, dude. Because, like, that motherfucker, he's tough. I don't know what kind of fucking willpower, but that's, to me, that's crazy. Like, I'm thinking about what like 14 to 16-year-old me had to do, and I just think it's insane. I don't know how I fucking did that shit and put a fucking smile on my face, bro. Like, I didn't yell at anybody or snap at anybody. I did snap, as in I would start bawling for no reason, and I would cry really easily, probably because I was really sad. But, I've been on testosterone for 3 years now, and there are times that I wish I could cry, but I really can't get anything more than, I don't know, 2 teardrops out of my eye. I'm just, like, emotionally constipated. Sometimes I feel really sad about something, and I can't cry. So, well, anyways, I'm better now in comparison, so there's that.